A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 132. I loosed the world from all I thought it was.
Lesson 132 means letting go of the ideas you had about the world that made you feel afraid or upset. Sometimes you think the world is dangerous, unfair, or unkind, but those ideas come from your thoughts, not from truth. When you loosen those old ideas and let them go, the world feels lighter and more peaceful. This lesson teaches you that when you change how you think, the world can look kinder and safer, and your heart can rest again.
What keeps the world locked up except for the things you believe? And who can save the world except for your true self? Belief is very powerful. The thoughts you keep in your mind have great strength, and even false ideas can feel just as real as the truth. A person who's confused thinks the world he sees is real and never doubts it. He does not question if his thoughts are causing what he sees. We can only find real freedom when we stop and question where our thoughts come from.
The world can feel stuck or confusing because of what we believe in our minds. But the power to see things differently is already inside you. Your true self, which is full of love, can help you see the truth. Your thoughts are very powerful. What you believe can feel very real, even if it is not true. When we feel confused, we often think what we see is the only way things are, and we forget to question it. But real freedom comes when you gently stop and look at your thoughts. When you begin to question them and choose loving thoughts instead, everything can start to feel more peaceful and clear.
Salvation is easy because anyone can change their mind, and when they do, all their thoughts change too. When you change your mind, you change where all your thoughts come from. This lets you let go of the past and stop looking for things in the future that you do not really want.
Being saved or feeling peaceful and free is actually simple. You can always change your mind, and when you do, your thoughts begin to change too. When you choose a new way of thinking, your thoughts come from love instead of fear. This helps you let go of the past and stop worrying about the future. Then you could feel calm and happy right now because you are choosing what is true and good for you.
The present is the only time there really is. Right now is when the world can be set free. When you let go of the past and stop being afraid of the future, you set yourself free and you help the world become free too. You have trapped the world with your fears, sadness, pain, and tears. Your unhappy thoughts make the world feel heavy and stuck. Death seems to be everywhere because you carry thoughts of death in your mind.
Right now is the only time that really exists. This moment is where peace and freedom can happen. When you stop holding on to the past and stop worrying about the future, you begin to feel free. Sometimes, when we feel scared, sad, or upset, it can seem like the whole world feels that way too. Our thoughts can make everything feel heavy and unhappy, but those feelings come from what we are thinking. When you choose loving and peaceful thoughts instead, everything begins to feel lighter and happier. As you feel better inside, you also help bring more peace into the world around you.
The world means nothing on its own. Your mind gives it meaning. What you see in the world are your own thoughts and wishes, shown to you so you believe they are real. You might think you did not make the world and were just born into it, but the truth is, you found exactly what you were looking for because your thoughts gave the world its meaning.
The world does not have meaning all by itself. Your mind is the one that gives it meaning. What you see around you is shaped by your own thoughts and what you believe inside. Sometimes it feels like you were just put into the world and had no choice. But the truth is, what you see matches what you are thinking and looking for. Your thoughts help make the world seem the way it does. When you choose loving and peaceful thoughts, the world begins to look kinder and happier too.
There is no world outside of what you want to see, and knowing this is what sets you free. Change your mind about what you want to see, and the whole world will change with it. Ideas do not leave their source. This is a very important idea in the course, and you need to remember it to understand today's lesson. It is not pride to say that you made the world you see, and that it changes when your thoughts change.
The world you see is not separate from you. It shows you what you want to see based on your thoughts. When you understand this, you begin to feel free because you can choose to see things differently. If you change your thoughts, the way the world looks to you will change too. Your ideas stay with you, and they shape what you see. That is why your thoughts are so important. This does not mean you did something wrong. It just means you have the power to choose again. When you choose loving thoughts, the world begins to feel more peaceful and kind.
But it is pride to believe you are born into a world that has nothing to do with you and cannot be changed by what you think. There is no world. This is the main idea that A Course in Miracles wants to teach us. Not everyone is ready to accept this idea right away. Each person goes as far as they are able on the path to truth. They might go forward, come back later, or take a little break and then keep going again.
It is not true that you are placed in a world that has nothing to do with you. The world you see is connected to your thoughts, and it can change when your thinking changes. When the Course says, there is no world, it means the world we think is real is not the truth. It is like a dream made from our thoughts. It is okay if this idea feels hard to understand. Everyone learns at their own pace. Sometimes we understand a little, then take a break, and then learn more later. What matters is that we keep gently moving toward truth, step by step.
Healing is given to those who are ready to learn that there is no world and are willing to accept that lesson now. When they are ready, the lesson will come to them in a way they can understand and recognize. Some people understand this truth right before they die and then share it with others. Others see it through a special experience that shows them the world is not real. Because what they see feels true, even though it does not match anything in the world.
Healing happens when someone is ready to learn that the world they see is not really true. When they are ready, this idea will come to them in a way they can understand. Everyone learns this in their own time. Some people understand it later in life, and others have special moments where they feel something so peaceful and loving that they know it is more real than anything in the world. These moments help them see that what is truly real is not the world they see, but the love and peace they feel inside.
Some people will find this truth through this course and the practice we do today. Today's idea is true because the world is not real. If the world is made by your own thoughts, then you can set it free by changing the thoughts that made it look the way it does. People are healed when you let go of all thoughts of sickness, and those who seem dead come alive when they choose thoughts of life instead of death.
Some people will come to understand this truth by learning and practicing these ideas. This lesson teaches that the world we see is not truly real in the way we think it is. If the world looks the way it does because of our thoughts, then we can change how it feels by choosing new, loving thoughts. When we let go of thoughts about sickness or fear, we begin to feel better and more peaceful inside. When we choose thoughts of life, love, and happiness instead of fear or sadness, everything starts to feel more alive and full of light.
An earlier lesson that was repeated needs to be said again because it is very important for today's idea. You are as God created you. There is no place where you can truly suffer, and nothing can change the way God created you. If you are still as God made you, how can a world of time and change be real?
This lesson is reminding you of something very important. You are still exactly as God created you, full of love, peace, and goodness. Nothing can change who you truly are. That means there is no real place where you can truly be hurt or lose your peace, because your true self is always safe in God. If that is true, then a world where everything changes, where people feel pain or fear, cannot be the real truth. It must be like a dream. And when you remember who you really are, you begin to feel that safety and peace again.
Today's lesson is really just another way of saying this. Knowing who you really are is how the world is saved. To free the world from all pain, you only need to change your thoughts about yourself. The world is not outside you. It stays in your mind because ideas never leave where they came from.
This lesson is teaching that when you remember who you truly are, which is loving, peaceful, and safe, everything begins to change for the better. If you want the world to feel happier and free from pain, you can start by changing how you think about yourself. When you see yourself with love instead of fear, it helps everything feel more peaceful. The world is not really outside of you. It is shaped by your thoughts because your ideas stay in your mind. When your thoughts become loving and true, the world you see becomes kinder and more peaceful too.
If you are as God created you, then your thoughts must be like His, full of love and forever. Is the world you see full of that love and timelessness? If not, then it is not real and cannot truly exist. If you are real, then the world you see must be false, because God's creation is nothing like this world at all. God created you with His thoughts, but it is your own thoughts that made the world. Now your thoughts must set it free, so you can remember the thoughts you share with God.
If you are truly as God created you, then your real thoughts are loving, peaceful, and forever, just like His. So you can ask yourself, does the world you see always feel like love and peace? If it does not, then it is not the real truth. God created you with love, but the world you see comes from your own thoughts. That means you can change how it looks and feels by choosing loving thoughts instead of fearful ones. When you do that, you begin to let go of the made-up world and remember the loving thoughts you share with God. That is where real peace and happiness come from.
Let go of the world. Your true creations are waiting for you to let go of the world so you can be a creator like God. Not of make-believe things, but of truth. God shares His power with you because you are His son, and he makes no difference between himself and you. What God creates is not separate from him. The Father and the Son are one, with no line between them.
You can gently let go of the world you think is real, because something much better is waiting for you. Your true creations, which are loving and real, are still there for you. God made you like him, so you can create with love and truth, not with make-believe or fear. He shares his power with you because you are part of him. You and God are not separate. You are one with him, always connected, with no distance between you. When you remember this, you feel love, peace, and joy again.
There is no world because it came from a thought that wanted to be apart from God. It was made to separate the Father and the Son, as if a part of God could break away and make him incomplete. But that can never happen. Can a world made from the idea of being separate from God be real? Can it really exist at all? Say no to what is not true and say yes to the truth. Do not believe you are just a shadow living in a world that is fading away. Set your mind free, and you will see a world that is free too.
The world we think we see came from a thought of being separate from God, but that thought is not true. Nothing can really be apart from God, because his love is whole and complete. So a world made from the idea of separation cannot be real. It is like a story or a dream that only seems true for a little while. You can choose to say no to what is not true and yes to what is true. You are not a small fading shadow. You are full of light and love. When you free your mind by choosing truth, you begin to see a world that feels peaceful, loving, and free too.
Today, we want to set the world free from all of the made-up thoughts we have ever had about it and about everyone we see in it. Those living things are not really here, and neither are we. We are still safe in the home God made for us, because we are still as God created us. Today, we let go of all false ideas we have had about the world, so we can be free.
Today we can let go of all the made-up ideas we have about the world and about other people. These ideas can make things seem confusing or not true. In truth, we are all still safe in the loving home God made for us. Nothing has changed who we really are. Because we are still as God created us, we can let go of these false thoughts today. When we do, we begin to feel free, peaceful, and full of love again.
Start your 2 15-minute practice times today by saying this: I am still as God created me, and I let go of all the thoughts I had about the world. The world is not real, but I am, and I want to know who I really am. Then just rest quietly, staying awake but not trying hard, and let your mind be gently changed so you and the world can be free.
At the start of your quiet time today, you can gently remind yourself that you are still as God created you, loving, peaceful, and whole. You can also choose to let go of all the thoughts you had about the world that are not true. Then just sit quietly and relax. You do not need to try hard. Just be calm and open and let your mind become peaceful. As you do this, you begin to feel free inside, and the world will feel more peaceful too.
You may not know it, but when you send out loving thoughts, healing reaches people all over the world, even those you cannot see, as well as those close to you. You will feel yourself being set free, even if you do not fully understand yet that no one is ever set free alone.
You might not realize it yet, but when you think loving and kind thoughts, you help people everywhere, even people you cannot see, and also the people close to you. As you share love in your thoughts, you will start to feel lighter and more free inside. And even if you do not fully understand it yet, no one becomes free all alone. When you choose love, it helps everyone, including you.
During the day, keep sharing freedom with the world through your loving thoughts. And anytime you feel like your choice does not matter, say this: I let go of all I thought about the world and choose to remember who I really am instead.
During the day, you can keep helping the world by choosing loving and kind thoughts. Every time you choose love, you are sharing peace with everyone. If you ever feel like what you choose does not matter, you can gently remind yourself that it does. You can let go of the thoughts that are not true and remember who you really are, which is loving, peaceful, and free.
I loose the world from all I thought it was. I loose the world from all I thought it was. I loose the world from all I thought it was.